Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Well, David West's usage and overall numbers have ticked away with time. He's still as efficient as ever.
Yeah, not the over 50% field goal guy he used to be, but still a valuable contributor on the block.
And here's Schroeder. Boris Diaw getting it to go from deep. Pass to Cephalosha. There's the three. Here's Scott. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot. And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Cephalosha misses. San Antonio trailing here. And now running it up the court. Martin pushing it up. Shot from 12. Another miss by Martin. Now Schroeder. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow! And a chance now to hear from Paul Millsap talking about the confidence of his team.
You know, our attitude approaching the game.
Greg, it's got to be more than just attitude, right? I mean, ultimately, don't you have to have guys step up and produce in some cases or even overproduce?
You do, but really it is about attitude and confidence. I mean, those are the two elements that if you bring to the table, you really will have a chance to beat anyone. And so don't discount that attitude when you're on a roll. They call it getting your swag on today. Back in the day, it was called having your mojo working. Right. So same thing, and you can ride that for quite a ways.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
And it's really about limiting their mistakes. And early on, they've been able to do that here in the first.
And, guys, I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways, and that's allowed them to widen that turnover margin.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Cephalosha in at the three. And Atlanta calls their first timeout of the game.
And for David West last season, the thought was he might increase his production with Paul George out, but the opposite happened. West suffered his lowest scoring output in a decade, only 12 points per game on 47% shooting. Rough showing for the former All-Star.
And some changes here for the Spurs. Duncan, he's checked in for West. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Kyle Anderson. And Tony Parker subbed in for Patty Mills. Kent Bazemore's checked in for the Hawks. Teague comes in for Dennis Schroeder. Here's Bazemore. He kicks it to Horford. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Leonard. Well, Greg, getting back to West, even though his scoring was down, his playmaking was up. You were talking about that. Caught 3.5 assists a game last season, by far the highest number of his career.
Yeah, one of the very best pros I've ever been around. He's very smart. He's tough. He's all about team. And, you know, he makes things happen. Impacts winning in a lot of ways. And Those assist totals indicate that.
Here's Horford after the made shot from Mono Ginobili. Just 5 to shoot. Horford against Parker. Teague. The offensive rebound. Here's Bazemore. Can't connect from short range.
You can see he just rushed there a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Green, he's checked in for Mono Ginobili. Leonard on the wing. Let's go. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Outside Hardaway. He dishes it to Teague. Three-pointer. That doesn't go in either for Teague.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out. That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside.
Now here's Horford. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Clark, one thing about the Hawks last year is they were very strong on the road, as you could have guessed.
Yeah, but Kevin, they struggled a little bit down the stretch on the road, but still managed to have the best road record in the East.
Now here's Teague. 6 points for him. Misses off the left iron.
Some of the shots he's taken have been real head scratchers. I mean, come on, he's out there playing like it's a game of horse at the park. How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Now here's Teague. There's the dish to Millsap. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 3 assists in the game. Last year, a good one for Jeff Teague, Clark. He was a first-time All-Star in this league.
He's a pick-and-roll technician. So good spot on the floor. He was really the catalyst for what was a really efficient offense for the Hawks.
And San Antonio calls the first.
And Jeff Teague, a real speed merchant. I mean, very tough to stay in front of. He can put you on skates, blow by, and get right to the rim.
Some changes here for the Spurs. Boris Diaz checked in for Aldridge. And it's Martin in for Leonard. For San Antonio, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far.
And guys, Jeff Teague, an attack guard. He's just an average three-point shooter, but he gets to the free throw line in bunches, shoots at a high percentage, and has really revolved, I think, into one of the elite point guards in the league.
From 15 feet away and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Diaw's got the lead up to 2 now for the Spurs. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Spurs.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
For the finish, the fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Corver. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
And the Spurs with some changes. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. Kyle Anderson comes in for Green. And it's Mills in for Parker. Anderson kicks to Diaw. And he's good on the 3-ball. Now it's a 7-point Spurs lead.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up. And you really got to admire Boris Diaw. I mean, he's found a way to kind of reform his game as he's gotten older. I mean, so different than when he was new to the league.
Atlanta calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And, Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Diao lost his athleticism and is a slower player than before. You could argue he's more productive now, though, Clark, than ever.
Well, his game was always on the ground in my mind. He's highly skilled. He's much more cerebral on the floor than given credit. I mean, I think he is really a difficult matchup because he's crafty, he's tough, and he's experienced and skilled.
Tries to keep it alive. Mills with it, picked up by Teague. Pulls it up. Diao can't hit. The Hawks trail by 9. We've got 33 seconds left in the first half of the game. Outside Teague. Over to the left wing. Here's Schroeder. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Schroeder's got 7. And the Spurs with possession. They're on a 17-4 run. That's good. Diao's got the lead back up to 9 now for San Antonio.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Now here's Schroeder. He has 7. On the wing, Scott jacks up a 3, and he gets it to go. He's got 5.
For 3.
And here's Mills. And we've reached halftime in this one. It's San Antonio as they wrap up the second quarter with an energy burst, a 19. A 7 run. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
I'm here with Coach.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Half. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. They kept at it on both ends of the floor, and at the end of the period, they had a slight deficit of 3 points. The second quarter was when things really came together for them, and the result is they were able to build a solid 6-point lead at the half. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Well, they're playing some unsub.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And now,
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. An exceptional performance from Boris Diaw.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Aldridge out there with Duncan, and it's Leonard in at the small forward position. That's the San Antonio 5.
I'm not even going to comment on that.
Neither am I. I mean, if you're going to attempt a buzzer beater, I guess I will comment. Make sure there's actually a buzzer to beat.
Parker against Horford. Teague with a clean look. Sinks the triple. Teague's got the first bucket of the third here for the Hawks.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Millsap with the steal. Teague with the ball. He's picked up by Parker. Teague dishes to Horford. No good. That would have tied it.
Well, they're fortunate. Defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Here's Bazemore. He's covered by Leonard. Here's Teague. Up and in on the layup. Teague's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime.
And guys, remember, LaMarcus Aldridge last January suffering a torn ligament in his thumb, scheduled to undergo surgery and miss 2 months of the season. But he opted to tough it out and keep playing. And, boy, how big was that for the Blazers?
Here's Green following the basket by Paul Millsap. Parker outside, and he gets it to go. And the Spurs lead by 2. Here's Teague. He's got 11. Out to the right wing. Back to Millsap. The Hawks working the ball around. Millsap a screen. Over to the wing. 5 on the clock. Teague for 3. And the rejection by Leonard. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Green with the ball. And Duncan throws it down.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Teague inside the line. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Parker passes to Aldridge. Outside Leonard. Launches it. But they get it back. Duncan. Good work defensively by Horford. The Hawks trail by 4. Korver kicks to Horford. Shoots from the right block. Rebounded by the Spurs. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Well, the Spurs, Greg, great at home last year. That's not surprising to anyone who's paid attention. We expect that they're just so tough at home year in and year out.
And, Kevin, how about going 33-8 at home last season? And despite being the 6th seed, only the Hawks and Warriors, the 2 best records in the league, won more games at home. Hard to imagine you can be a 6th seed with that kind of success.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor.
I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open.
Schroeder kicks to Horford. Passes it to Schroeder. Can they get it? No good. San Antonio leading by 7. To the paint, here's Martin. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
For the Spurs, it was all about being at home. That was a big part of how they went on the run. They won 20 of the last 22 games at home in that stretch, which vaulted them from the bottom of the playoff picture in the West to as high as the 2 seed.
Now, here's Horford. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. The tray. Atlanta gets it back. Second chance shot. Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Hardaway.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score. And the Spurs at home are so great because they just don't miss. I mean, second in field goal percentage at home, shooting 49%. Also second in three-point percentage made at home with over 39%.
Now here is Hardaway. 5 points in the game, and the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Chris Humphries has checked in for Al Horford. 1:06 left in the third quarter. Martin for 3. Atlanta with the rebound. Here's Hardaway. He feeds it to Humphries. Here's Cephalosha, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
Shot's good from West.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
And that's been their focus, it seems, throughout the game. I like the discipline that they've showed in terms of creating those opportunities on the inside.
Now here's Schroeder. 7 points in the game. And the three ball is good. Scott's got 8 points.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Ginobili dishes to Martin. To the middle. Here's West. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And both free throws good for West.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
Schroeder with the ball. That's a 2 from Cephalosha, and released it in time, but it's off the mark. The points coming in bunches as we wrap. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. The Hawks trail by 6. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. Teague and Korver are the guards. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. And it's Bazemore at the 3 spot. Now here's Teague. Pass to Bazemore. Back to Millsap. Just 5 on the clock. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Horford's shot is good.
And just solid play out of them that time.
Spurs leading by 4. On the wing, Green takes a 3. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 5 assists tonight.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Now here's Teague. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Millsap kicks to Teague. The 3 ball. Rebound San Antonio. Leonard's got his 5th rebound in this one. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Fellas, you look at Boris Diaw and say, my goodness, if he could just get in better shape. But he uses every bit of that significant backside of his to his advantage. Opponents can't get through him or around him, so he's making good use of the extra LBs.
Now here is Horford. Dishes it to Millsap. Picked by Horford. To the paint. Here's Bazemore. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
I like it. I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
And here's Leonard from 3. And he gets it to go. Leonard's got the lead up to 9 now for the Spurs.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
You know, there was plenty to be happy about last year in Atlanta with the way the Hawks played. One sour note, though, was that the team was viewed as a potential buy for Seattle groups.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, guys, Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team. He was emphatic. We're not getting it done, fellas. We've simply got to step up, get engaged, and try to battle back. Guys, we'll see if the pep talk gets them going.
Thank you, Doris. Now, here's Horford. Kicks to Bazemore. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That's on LaMarcus Aldridge. Well, last season, the Hawks not only had a great year on the floor, as they were the top seed in the Eastern Conference, but they had a pretty good day at the bank, too. They sold for a nice price. Looks like the team is going to stay in Atlanta, where it belongs.
Yeah, and that's great news for Atlanta, and they were rewarded with a terrific season. A group, including Grant Hill, purchased the Hawks, and obviously will keep that group in Atlanta for many years to come.
And that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession. Here's Parker. Second shot opportunity. Duncan with the bucket. And the Spurs lead by 9.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Now here's Teague. Outside Millsap. Back to Teague. Launches it. Rebounded by the Spurs. Green's got his 3rd rebound on the night. And it's Parker in the corner. And another basket for San Antonio.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Now here's Teague. Puts it up. And right on target. Good.
Timeout Spurs.
San Antonio calls timeout.
You know, obviously, there's some things out there he does not like and wants to talk it over.
Well, Greg, you've played, and you envision yourself as a coach as well. So, sometimes you need to make some adjustments.
Now, here's Aldridge, and stolen by Horford. Teague with the ball. He's picked up by Parker. Now Teague. Now the pass to Millsap. 6 to shoot. Back to Teague. The shot. And Parker with the block. On the wing, Green. Guarded by Korver. And Green gets it to go. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for San Antonio.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And he makes the first. And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting, his rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
On offense, here are the Spurs. They're on a 15-6 run, and that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
This is how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. Defender pressing up on you, you press right back.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Spurs.
2 great rebounding teams, Clark.
Yeah, and these guys just worked a little bit harder tonight. That was the edge that was needed.
Just a quality win, and you look at the box score and some really good numbers for Green. You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it. And Kent Bazemore, the long-armed lefty out of Old Dominion, where he was the Division I Defensive Player of the Year back in 2011. A 5-year senior. He graduated with 2 degrees, one in criminal justice, the other in human services.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Leonard. And it's Ginobili in for Daniel Green. Scott can't get it to go. And Bazemore grew up in a small town, Kelford, North Carolina. Clark, less than 300 people.
And a very tight-knit community, as you might expect, Kevin. His uncle owned the local diner. And you see that in his demeanor. Very social, a humble guy. He's really a nice presence in the locker room.
This season, Clark, the Spurs kept on winning as usual. They passed the Lakers, in fact, for the best winning percentage all time for a franchise.
Well, some of that has to do with the struggles the Lakers had last season, but more of it is credit to the Spurs. Consistency and high-quality play has been who they are and have been for 2 decades.
And some changes here for the Spurs. West is checked in for Duncan. Anderson comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ginobili in for Green. There's 47 seconds left here in the 4th quarter.
And the rebounding has... been key to their success here tonight.
It has been a lopsided battle on the boards, no doubt.
3-on-3. Hardaway from outside. That's good.
Really surprised a little bit to see him drift out to the three-point line, but I guess I shouldn't be if you can stroke it like that. And with the Spurs and their winning percentage, it's right above 60. Not bad for a team that joined the NBA back in 1977.
Atlanta with the ball. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Schroeder. Good, he hits the jump shot.
The offense has clearly kicked into gear. The question, though, is it just a little too late?
Yeah, I think it may be, Greg. At least they're finally showing some signs of life offensively. Too bad, I think it's past the point where it'll do much good.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Too little, too late. They may as well just let the clock run and save their energy for another day.
Clark, sometimes frustration just shows through in a game like this, and I think that's what we're seeing right now.
He hits both from the stripe. From past the arc, it's off. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
David, obviously
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present a big key to his team's victory.